YouTube. We got Mater here. We got Cajun. I don't
Hey,
know who else
everybody.
is here. And of course, I gotta wait on my YouTube side to get going that way and get that thing muted. Still waiting on it. It still waiting. There it goes. There it is. YouTube. Yeah, it took it that long. So how's everybody doing tonight? I'll wait till a few more people get in here. And yes, I got my favorite sign in case I start hearing a certain horn starting to blow. What's up, E?
Hey, Ken. How you doing?
Hey, Ken, you want to come up on panel tonight? Hey, cool gamer. Got my email. Yep, I got spelled it correct this time. But hey, Ken, if you want to come up, uh, send me an email. I'll send you the link. You're gonna hide in the house tonight. I don't know why.
Hey, Crystal.
Yeah, it's been one of those days because today, hey, I feel like this. All right, no problem. Uh, we now have internet, TV, and home phone all through Spectrum. The guy came in today and got everything hooked up. The only problem was he was going. The phone line has to come off of the modem, a router, and everything. I'm going crap because that thing's all the way in the back of the house. But here's the thing: Crystal wound up ordering a like a little modem Wi-Fi expander, whatever you want to call it. I had that up in the front room. I'm going hold it. I can take the modem and router I've got in the back of the house, put them up front, and put that extender back in the back. And I got everything all set up, and it worked out perfect. Didn't have to work because I'm going, damn, I'm going to have to go get me 100-foot telephone cable. But didn't have to do all that. Hey, Missy.
There's my homie. Hey, cool gamer. Hey,
Yep.
Missy.
So
I'll tell you what you could have done. You could have went to Walmart and got a VTech phone, either one or the set of two. Could have just ran the main base, like the one with the phone with the base, main base. Leave that right there by the modem on that desk or whatever it's on, and then bring the other one in the front room because you don't need to plug the other one in. All you need it catches it over the air.
right, but what I'm saying though is the main modem and everything was in the back of the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You put the phone with the answering machine base on it. You connect it to the modem, with the little 4-foot cable.
Hey, I'm not gonna put it in a teenager's bedroom.
Okay.
That's where the modem and router were originally. Okay.
Okay.
So now the modem and router are up in the front of the house in the living room, and the Wi-Fi uh, extender and everything that's back in his room.
Okay.
Because I got the cable going to this computer plugged into that.
So what you got? You said you got a Wi-Fi extender?
Yeah.
In Chris's room?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I've never seen the setup like you talking about.
Well, I've got one of those things. It's kind of like what I had a while back is because I was running the Ethernet cable. I had two 50-foot Ethernet cables, one running off the modem in the living room, coming through the house, plugged in the extender, which had to be plugged in by the bathroom by the back door, and run the other 50-foot cable out here. It's basically another, yeah, like Crystal says, it's like another router, but it's also capable of doing Wi-Fi.
Okay. Yeah, I don't use Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi, unless it's a phone or a pad. You know, them
Right.
little notepads we got, them little $60 Walmart jobs.
Well, this one was
Uh,
like 30. I think it was like $30 for it.
uh, and but the laptop here is not on Wi-Fi. It's
Yeah.
ran off an Ethernet cable from the modem.
Right. Well, see, that's
Not
what
the
I've got.
modem, not the modem, the router.
Right. Well, see, I've got that one cable going from the router up in front of the house. It goes from up in the attic over to his room in the back. Hey, Tommy, down to the other router. It's in his room, and then from that out here to the garage.
Hey, Tommy.
So it's the same setup as far as what we had before, but I just swapped them around. That way we can have the phone line and everything for the phone
Gotcha.
up front.
Gotcha.
I mean, it was the easiest way to do all that. But the only problem is now, for some reason, that TV that I repaired for my mom, the control thing that I wanted replacing on it, that's given out again because we can't change input for the TV.
Yeah.
And I only found one of those on
You sure it's not the plug that might have came loose or something?
that
The
plugs
connector,
inside. The
the
plugs
connector.
inside. No, that plugs inside the TV.
Yeah, but you know it could be dirty. You said that thing was 10 years old. You could
Yeah,
take that connector from that control panel, take that connector, uh, spray it with some electronic spray. I know you got some kind of electronic cleaner around there.
the only thing I've got is a carpet cleaner, and I think that can's about empty.
Oh no, I wouldn't use nothing harsh like
No.
that.
Yeah, but see, I replaced that controller.
Yeah, no, yeah, but
Right.
that you could work that plug, put some electronic. You can get a Walmart electronic spray, the CRC, and it's
Yeah.
made for sensitive electronics and like laptop circuit boards and stuff like that.
Oh,
You
yeah. I
spray it
got a
on
renegade.
there and you work it in and out a few times, and you do it again, and that might be your problem.
Okay, but then why did all of a sudden it just give out? It was working fine till today. Then
Well,
it just stopped. I mean, every time you hit the buttons, it would change something and then go back. It would not change to input. It would not. You could hit the button for input for the TV to go between HDMI 1, 2, 3 cable and
yeah,
whatever. It wouldn't even bring that up.
huh?
That's
Hey,
the part.
barbecue, renegade, y'all.
Yeah, Renegade's gonna be getting hammered by that new hurricane soon.
Yeah, he gonna hit. Florida is gonna get hit twice.
Yep.
It's gonna cross across Florida into the Gulf and slingshot back up and go by the Big Bend area, by his area, Renegade's area.
Yep.
That's what they thinking.
No,
What's up, Raiders?
last I heard and everything, it was going to hit the east coast of Florida and keep going up the east coast. So Eek might be getting some rain on his hunting trip.
Yeah. Well,
He might be
they
full wet.
they've been saying here lately in the Gulf, slingshot back up across the top part, and he could still get some of that
Yeah. Well,
rain off of that.
being Mother Nature, you never know what she's going to
Yeah.
do.
Either way it goes, he's gonna get a little rain out of it more than likely.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
that storm is shaped weird.
Yep. Well, like I said, either way, yeah, like what Ken's saying. Uh, Friday, it's gonna be wet Friday. Yeah, he's gonna be. You need to take a bar of soap with you when you go hunting. Oh boy, hang on. I don't hear the horn, but
Hey,
I
deal with that guy.
hey, I don't hear it. Don't hear the horn, but I still got to do it. There you go. Yeah, I was wondering about that, Ed. Hey Ed, you want the link that way you can come up? Oh boy, there goes that really goes to the neighborhood. Got Ashley in here. Let's see.
And wouldn't you know it, the power steering pump went out on the Jeep.
Oh really?
Johnny ordered. I mean, he got one, but he's got to wait till in the morning to get that special pulley puller. It's a special pulley that made for power steering pumps and such.
All right.
So you don't mess up the pulley.
All
That's
right.
raging.
Yep, they're raging.
Yeah,
Mon
here I
cousin.
So where are you at today, raging?
Laredo, Texas.
Ah, you finally made it down here to Texas.
Yep. We got a load coming across the border at some point tonight.
You know, it's really weird. You know, Laredo or no, it's not Laredo, but it's El Paso is here in Texas, but it's in Mountain Time.
Uh-huh.
That's one thing that really gets me is the fact we can actually have two time zones here in Texas.
Yeah, it's just that one little area though.
Yeah, one little area.
It's barely in that area.
Now I wonder if there's any other states are like that too.
More than
Are we,
likely.
are we the only state that has two time zones in it?
Nope. Tennessee has 2 time zones.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
So they got what? Eastern and Central?
Right
Yeah.
after Chattanooga, you get in this Eastern time zone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember when we would go to Chattanooga, well, Dayton, it's above Chattanooga. We went through 2 time zones twice on the way up there from Louisiana. It's the way we took because they had all kind of construction back then. Probably still got something going on 35 years later.
Hey Ed, check your email. I sent you the link.
And all the rest of the northern states like Indiana, the time zone runs right at the border of Indiana and Illinois. And then for Georgia and Alabama, the time zone runs right at the border for Georgia and Alabama.
So what you're saying is that Tennessee and Texas are the only two states
No.
that
Florida is another one that has 2 time zones.
Yeah,
yeah,
on the panhandle.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
because right there by Pensacola, yep. So what Pensacola is what Central and the rest of Florida's Eastern.
Wherever the border of Georgia meets into the top of Florida, wherever that border meets for Alabama and Georgia,
Yeah, the
that's where
Chattahoochee
your
River.
time zone. That's where your time zone hits.
The Chattahoochee.
So is there any other states that are like that?
Probably.
Because I just find that very interesting. The fact you can have a state that is okay. Ken's saying there's 13 states that have two time zones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I believe it. Now, you want to see some crazy time zone?
Go out there in the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
The Cook Islands and all that. because I went to look up the Cook Islands because they meant gold and silver coins. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Cook Island coins, and I went like, oh, I want to look up see what part of the world that's in. Well, I'm like, what the heck is all these lines uh for? And squared off like made like a panhandle and all that. And I'm like, well, damn, that's the time zone right there,
Yep.
the
And
date
that's
line,
right.
and
Yeah,
they do that to keep those islands in that area the same time as to the west of them.
right.
Otherwise, they would be a day behind.
Well, now the weird thing about it is I was watching a video and it's saying that if you start here at this island and if you go straight south, you're going to be going from today to yesterday, today to tomorrow,
Yeah.
all within like an hour. Talk about doing some time jumping.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it yeah, you do bust through yesterday and today. I
Yep.
mean, today and tomorrow. I
Right.
mean,
Well, and actually, it depends upon when you leave and everything. You could actually be in yesterday.
yeah, or it's yesterday and that day that you're there. That's yeah.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that line does all kind of squares, rectangles, and man, they they put it that way just because of that. They whoever wanted it on the same day.
Yep.
The island's the same day as
Right. Well, I
the
know
other
they.
islands to the west of them.
Right. Well, there were some that they kept debating and everything, and they actually changed the international date line.
That's
about
what I'm
three-
talking about.
Yeah, they just kept changing it, and they finally said, "Heck with it, we're going to leave it like this." And the timeline doesn't actually go straight down; it actually starts zigzagging down through there. That's why you can actually, you start here and you come down, go an hour or two, and you can start today, wind up being in tomorrow, then being yesterday, and then being tomorrow again, and then back to today.
No, you can't get 3 days in one day
Yep.
because it's either today or tomorrow
So like I say,
when
it
you cross
depends
that
upon,
line.
right, but I'm saying it depends upon when you leave,
Yeah.
is where everything be at.
Like if you head from Hawaii, head toward the Cook Islands or, those islands that are inside that other time, tomorrow's time zone. When you leave Hawaii, you enter
I
tomorrow.
know. Hey, well, like I said, if you start here and go straight south, that's what I'm saying. If you go straight south, because you're going to be hitting the time zone, that international time, zone, and everything at different points.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a yesterday though. You have today and tomorrow.
Well, no, it could be depending upon
I
what
guess it
time of
depends
the
on
day
how far
you
you
leave.
drive.
Well,
and
you're
what time
you're
you
actually
left.
flying because you're over the ocean. But that's what was pointed out in that video because say you leave at 12 o'clock midnight up here, okay? Well, it's
Oh, at a certain time.
right. That's
Okay.
what I said. If you leave at a certain time and everything, it depends upon the time of the day you leave. Will determine if it's today, yesterday, or tomorrow.
What
Well,
time you left, how fast
just
you were
say-
going, and where you're
it-
headed.
But that zone it makes that curve.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you are the 3rd of August and you on the east side of the international date line. If you on August 3rd, when you cross that line, you're on August 4th. There's no line to go in August 2nd.
You know what's fun
Well,
about daylight
if
savings?
if one side's August 2nd and you're on the 3rd, that's what I'm saying. If they're still in that, if they're on the time behind.
No, but I'm talking about I'm coming from the east, heading toward that time zone from
Cajun.
Hawaii, heading down
No,
to Cook
I know.
Islands.
I know, but Cajun, listen. I'm saying if you go due south, You start here and go exactly due south. You're going to
Okay.
be going.
Well, if you're on the right side of the line, that's the
No,
third.
I know
The
what I'm
left
saying.
side is the fourth.
I know, but I'm saying if you start here and you go exactly south, because the way that time zone bounces back and forth, that can happen.
It can only happen at 12 o'clock midnight for 1 second.
That's what I'm saying. What's up, D? But like that's what I'm saying.
What's up? What's up, D?
It just depends upon what time of the day. If you leave at 11 o'clock at night and you're heading south, due south, yeah, you can still hit yesterday. You can hit tomorrow, today, yesterday. But that's what I'm saying. It's confusing out there in that where it's all set up. Right. Ken understands it.
You know what's fun about that? If you happen to live on the border of the time zones and your kids have to go to school at 7 and you have to go to school at 8, but one state or one border changes the time.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
why
there's
it's
a
just a
guy.
pain in the butt that just needs to stop, in my
Well,
opinion.
I tell you what's really weird is there's a guy. They did an interview with him. He lives in Nevada, but he works on the Hoover Dam. Where he has to clock in at is in California on Western, but he's in Mountain. He works in Mountain, but where he has to clock in at every day is on the Western.
Yeah, that's my point.
Right.
If you're on that border, it really screws things up for you, especially if
Right.
you have more things going on, like banking or picking the kids up from school or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're on that border, it really screws things up.
Right.
Yeah. So what people do, they leave their watches and clocks on one time setting.
Yep.
Like
Now
that guy that works there, it's best if he keeps his work time on his watch.
Right. Well, I know that one thing I've learned going on cruises is they say whatever you do, make sure you keep up with ship time. Okay? Ship time is whatever port you're leaving out of. Okay? So, like for me and Crystal, say we wanted to go on a cruise, but it's leaving out of, say, Orlando. Okay? Orlando is Eastern time. So that means we would have to set our watches and everything ahead. But say that cruise ship comes to Cozumel, well, that's Central time. Even though we live in Central time, we would have to keep our watch set for Eastern to
Right.
make sure we're staying on time with the cruise ship. Now,
Right.
for us, now it could be the opposite. Say like when I went to the Bahamas, okay? Bahamas is Eastern time, but the ship time was Central. So I had to make sure I kept my eye on the time because I'm going by what the ship is supposed to be set
Yeah.
for.
That ship runs 2 times. That ship runs Army time with the NATO clock, the
Right.
0100, 0200, what have you, or 1800 hours, which is 6 o'clock. And they run Zulu time.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If they say, okay, they're getting into port 8 o'clock in the morning, leaving at 5 o'clock, that's ship time. That's not local time. So their local time could be 3 o'clock, but ship time could be 5 o'clock, is what I'm saying. So you got to keep up even with that. You got to make sure, because if you're out, say, somewhere in a different port, and you look at, you ask someone what time it is, they say, oh, it's only 3 o'clock. Yeah, but if your watch is saying 5, that means that ship's about ready to leave, and you're going to be stuck there if you leave out 2 hours later.
Yeah. What's up, Anthony? I didn't know you was feeling bad.
Hey, do we have any MASH fans in here? MASH, you remember the old sitcom?
Oh,
The
what
which
is that?
I said, do we have, MASH, the old sitcom?
Talk about the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital? No, never heard of that show.
Exactly.
The 4077? No. Get out of here, fat face.
This conversation reminds me of when they're trying to make a call from Korea back to the States, and they're going, "Well, we can't call him now because if we call him now, it's going to be this o'clock." Well, then can we
Yeah,
call him
yeah.
tomorrow? But no, because if we call him tomorrow, it's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be. Yeah, I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Radar was talking to
It was
somebody.
Radar.
That's
Yeah,
what this
Radar.
Walter.
That's what this reminds me of.
Radar O'Reilly. You know, did you know that he was the only actor to go from the movie to the TV series to play the same part?
I thought
Yep.
there was another actor.
Nope.
Didn't
He was
play
the
the
only
same part.
But he played the same. He played the same part. He played Radar in the movie. He played Radar in the TV show.
Right.
But the ones that played Trapper and Hawkeye, they were different actors.
Right. Yeah, because Hawkeye was
Elliot
that
Gould.
that big bug-eyed actor.
That was Elliot Gould played Hawkeye.
Yeah,
in
Gould.
the TV. Yeah. And
He's bug-eyed.
yeah, but I'm trying to remember who it was that played Trapper John. There was a different actor who played Trapper John, and you even had someone different that played the Colonel, and even same.
Yeah, Radar was
no.
the carryover.
But I know the actor's name that played Frank Burns, and Frank Burns actually got kicked out too because he left in the Jeep in the straitjacket. And
You
believe it or
said
not, that's
you
where
said he
you
got
actually
kicked
got where Houlihan actually got her nickname for Hot Lips too, was in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, you was talking about Frank Burns got kicked out when a straight jacket and stuff. That was the movie or the series?
No, that was in the movie.
Okay. I watched the movie, but man, that's been so long ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
When you said he got kicked
but-
out, I was thinking the same thing. Because in the series, I think his character, there was just nothing left to do with it, and that's why they kind of wrote him out.
Right. Well, it's the fact that Frank Burns. Now, the character Frank Burns in the movie was supposed to be a very religious guy compared to the TV series. The characters were totally the opposite.
That's why Radar was kind of the only carryover.
Right. Radar, Walter O'Reilly was the only person. Gary Targoff was, like I said, he was the only person.
Yeah, Harry Morgan played in Dragnet.
Right. But Harry Morgan actually, he was actually the second commander for the 4077.
Colonel Blake was the first one in the series.
Yeah, Colonel Blake was the first one, but yet he was not the same actor that played Colonel Blake in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, Radar was kind of the only. I think there was a couple of other actors that came onto the series, probably a few throughout the series, but Radar was really the only carryover.
Yeah, like I said, he was the only one. Like I said, he was the only actor to go from the movie to the TV series and play the same character.
Right.
Now, if I tell you a character's name, can you tell me what the character was? And this is the character in the movie, or what was he known as in the TV series? Dago Red.
Don't know. But
That
then
was
again, I won't know. I'm not good with actors' names.
Well, no, it wasn't an actor. That was his character's name.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't even remember.
That was Father Mulcahy. But in
No,
the
his
movie,
name was Francis something.
right, Francis Mulcahy. But in the movie, he was known as Dago Red.
Oh, okay.
But they never said that in the TV show.
Yeah, Father Mulcahy in the series is Christopher. Oh crap!
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think that's his name.
Actually, I think
It's
Cajun's
Christopher something.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to look this up.
Now, I think one of my favorite lines from the movie, because I got to kind of edit it out some, because the movie was R-rated. But it's when Trapper and Hawkeye are in Tokyo, ready to do surgery on the congressman's son, and they're talking about everything they're going to need and everything. and they're saying, we'd like to have, ham and eggs would be good, but steak would even be better. And at least one nurse that can learn how to keep her out of our way. And the head nurse kind of storms off and everything in a huff, and the other one goes, "How do you want your steaks cooked?" And it's just that look and everything. She kind of looks at him and goes, "How do you want your steaks cooked?"
Hey, does William Christopher sound correct?
Yeah,
William Christopher is his name.
yeah.
I told you somebody was going to have to look that up.
I did because
Oh,
I
did
knew
you?
it was Christopher,
Yeah,
but
that was ringing a bell for me too. I just looked it up also.
Yep.
I've seen every episode of MASH
At least once.
at least once. A lot of them, maybe 6 times, because in the hospital, the MASH is on for 2 or 3 episodes, for an hour and a half on their cable TV,
Yeah.
and
Hey,
then
Antonio.
then it's Andy Griffith, then it's I forget, but anyway, it's they good shows.
Now,
What is
And
the
I- and I-
longest running syndicated TV show in history?
now,
which one it was or it is now?
it is right now. Now, here's a question for you, Barbecue, and everybody else in the chat. What is the title for the theme song?
Oh, that's easy. Do you want me to say it, or should I give people a chance?
Well, let's see if anybody in the
If they'll
chat.
type it up, yeah.
Right. See if anybody in the and no.
It starts with suicide.
Gunsmoke was the longest running series at the time.
I say syndicated.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
syndicated.
Oh, it's
Yeah, they
It
still
is.
on reruns and stuff, but Gunsmoke was 20 years. 20 seasons of Gunsmoke.
Well,
But-
And they decided-
the answer is MASH has never been off the air since its release. It's either been in reruns or syndication or on cable. MASH since its release has never been off the air. So MASH is the longest running TV show syndicated.
right.
Oh, okay.
But okay, so Barbecue, what would you, since nobody's typing in chat as far as the title, so what is the title of the theme for MASH?
Nobody jumped in.
Nope.
It's Suicide is Painless.
And the weird thing about it is it was the director's son that wrote it.
Have you ever actually heard the words to that song?
Too early morning fog I see.
Okay, yeah. It's a really sad, depressing song.
Yeah,
You don't know that when you're just watching MASH and it's just playing the music. When you hear
Right.
the words, it's a really sad, depressing song.
Hey, Adam. Hey, I sent you the link, Adam. I think I sent one to Anthony also. But, yeah, and the weird thing about it is now, if you pay attention in the movie, you actually hear the song twice. The second time, it's got different lyrics for it.
Oh, I
The
didn't know
first
that.
time is at the very beginning of the movie. The second time is when Jawbreaker, the dentist and everything, is wanting to commit suicide. So they're inside the mesh tent and everything, and the guy he's singing it, but he's doing it all on guitar.
I didn't know they had different lyrics.
I think Renegade says that I should start doing a primary job as a singer.
All right, what song do you know? Give us some.
Which one?
That's what I'm asking you. What song do you know? Give us some. You pick.
Oh, my favorite one's "Give Me Some Lovin'" by the Spencer Davis Group. But I just don't feel like singing. I mean, I'll play like this. I've gone to sleep when I go to sleep and everything, I can't go to sleep when it's dead quiet. I will wake up, and I've been like that ever since I was a little baby. I got to go to sleep with noise. Many ways I would go. All right, Anthony. Crystal's gonna mute if I start singing. Anyways, I go to sleep.
Give us some Gambler.
I'm not gonna, say how. I'm not gonna tell you, to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
And a train bound from nowhere. There's a train.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah, I hear a horn blowing.
That's my horn.
Yeah. But I hear a horn. I gotta put this up. But
Boy, that was just in time.
Yeah.
On a train bound from nowhere.
That was a good movie. I like any of the Gambler movies.
I've seen all of the Gambler movies.
Yep, I've seen them. I've seen almost all the Kenny Rogers movies he did.
Hell, 2 of them I didn't know they had.
But
oh God, I don't know actors' names, so this is going to be hard for you. I'll try and describe what I remember of the movie. It's not Kenny Rogers. What was that movie where they were kind of poker hustlers and they were on a riverboat?
Oh, you talking about Maverick?
Yes.
Okay, they got 3 different Mavericks.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about it is Mel Gibson was actually playing Maverick. And
yeah, well, his dad in the movie was the original Maverick.
Yep.
James Garner.
Yep.
That's
the
one movie.
The one I saw.
Huh?
Yep. That's the one I saw. That's the one I was referring to. I didn't
the
know
newest
until you
one.
said there's 3. I didn't know.
That's the newest movie. And then they had the other Maverick. With James Garner. I think they had 2 with James Garner. And then the third one was Mel Gibson and James Garner.
Right.
And they had the knife thrower in there. And what's his name? Colburn.
Yep.
James Colburn.
Yep, he was in there. Yep.
I call him. A lot of people call him the knife thrower from Magnificent Seven.
Yep. Now I do like James Colburn in Hudson Hawk with Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah.
That was a funny movie.
Yeah, what was the name of it? Hudson's Hawk.
Hudson Hawk.
Yeah. I saw that one, and it wasn't not too long ago I saw it.
Yep.
Within a year.
Yep. That was a good one. But I'm trying to remember. We were talking about something and I got distracted, and now I don't know what it was.
Excuse me.
I got that CSR. Can't remember.
Can't remember
stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff. CRS.
Like I said, it's CSR.
CRS. Can't remember squat.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. CSR.
Okay.
Or it's RCS.
RCA. Registered. Cool.
Yep.
You're welcome. I'm
But
good at in conversations.
now I feel like this.
Barbecue, you need to notch up your mic a little bit. We can hardly hear you.
Yeah. But I will pull like this. Now I told Money earlier because he and I were chatting on Messenger, but I will let everybody know that no, I hadn't got any more cobalt stuff lately. I haven't been feeling good enough to even get really out of the house. But I did have a conversation with my gut doctor. Actually, not with her, but actually with the nurse and everything, and told them what was going on. And now what she wants me to do is bring in a new another stool sample, which means I gotta go get that jar and fill it up with a whole bunch of crap, and then take it over there to them. That way they can run more tests on that because all the symptoms I'm still having is not going away. Even after I went up going to the ER down in Galveston on Saturday, she wants to get a copy. The nurse said, okay, we're going to see about getting a copy of that and all their test results. Because down in Galveston, they said my white blood cell count was up some, which meant I have an infection, which is the first time ever hearing that. So anyways, December the 20th, I think 1:15. I'll have to double check on it. I think that's when I do have a scheduled appointment with the gastroenterologist and everything, the gut doctor, and for them to check everything. But in the meantime, I gotta go over to the hospital, get that little sterile cup, jar or whatever, and then get it filled up, take it over there. That way they can do some testing on it. And she's going, it depends upon what the test results on that are. Might have to be getting me in sooner than that. Maybe with all that, they can figure out what the hell's going on. And I'll be glad because right now, up like this, I got to stand up that way you can see. Right here, it feels like someone has just hauled off and hit me real hard. Like I'm bruised real bad. And
I can fix that, Mater. Just cut it
no
out.
thanks. No. Yeah, but the only thing is you don't know what you're going to be slicing and dicing for. The doctor does.
Sure won't.
But no, every time I sneeze or cough or anything like that, dude, move the wrong way. It hurts. And I've been, like I told Crystal, she was wanting me to go pick up the Walmart order and everything. It's like, can you go pick the order up and then go get Chris from work? I said, sweetie, I took one of those 800 milligrams ibuprofens and Tylenol 3. Renegade, I don't know. They didn't say anything when I was down there at Galveston, but do know the gallbladder is sitting over here in that general area where I've been hurting. So, yeah, that's the latest word as far as on my health and everything. And I've gotten one part done as far as, or one more step as far as getting Chapter 13 filed. Unfortunately, some of the things I need, I hadn't been able to get to be able to send to the attorney. But in order to get them, I had to have Crystal go to Walmart and get a $49 printer scanner that's Wi-Fi, so I can scan some of these documents that I've got and be able to save it on the computer and then email that to the attorney.
Can't do it with your phone?
Nope.
Our printer came from Walmart.
Yeah.
$30 for a HP printer, scanner, copier.
Yep. Well, that's what this one is. But this one here was like $49, and that was the cheapest one they had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
But,
everything went up.
Right. Well, the thing about it is what they want copies of my check stubs. Which, they said, well, you can download this one app. Well, I downloaded the app to my phone and everything. I couldn't get it to work. I said, hey, screw that. So it's like, just go get the printer and everything. Get it, and it's Wi-Fi, so I can hook it up to this one, hook it up to the other computer, wherever I need it. But I got to be able to download.
Mater, what kind of phone do you have?
I got the LG Velvet.
Does it have a camera on it?
Yeah.
Do you have email capability on it?
Yeah.
Snap a picture of it, make sure it's good and clear, and send it to them.
Yeah, I know. I could
Save you
probably do
50
that.
bucks.
Well, I've already got the printer, but the thing about it is, I still need it. It can still come in handy for everything else that we need.
Yeah, but
I mean,
if you don't have to get it right now, and you can save the money on
right?
extra
So
costs.
true. Well, now the other printer and everything, it was on its last leg anyways. It's probably about 10 years old and very outdated. I don't even know if I hooked it up straight up to this computer here, if the computer would even recognize it. What's up, Mike Hodge?
Because if we're not at a truck stop at any point in time, and I've got to transflow documents for payday, I just snap it with the phone, email it straight in.
Right.
Just make sure your picture's good and clear. That's all.
Barbecue, all I can say is, what in the wild, wild, wild west is going on here?
What's up, Mike Hodge?
I could say a lot of stuff, but I'd have to be very careful with that movie.
We're going to have a word from Mark, Luke, Anthony, and Dot. That was a funny movie. The only thing is, that movie would not fly today with the ratings and everything.
Right.
It was funny back then, but no.
No, it's funny now. It wouldn't
Yeah.
fly today because of all the snowflakes. And if somebody
Yeah.
had the conads to make a movie like that, it would do really well. But nobody's
Yep.
brave enough.
That's true.
Here's what I don't get. How can a generation that was brought up with South Park, okay, and Family Guy, how can they be offended by anything? They were brought up with South Park and Family Guy, and
Yeah, I know.
they offended now on everything. Look, man, South Park, that was raucous.
Yeah.
South Park is awesome because they didn't pick sides. You were fair game no matter who you are.
Right. The same way with the Family Guy.
Oh yeah, you go on
But-
YouTube and just search some of their what do I say? Risque stuff.
Yep. Now I tell you what really got me was this was a few years back. They actually did a remake of a movie that is still being shown today in the theater from 1974.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
But they wound up doing a remake of it, and it was shown on broadcast TV. And I'm going, what they wound up doing on broadcast TV, that was nothing compared to the original.
But that'd be like trying to show Pulp Fiction on broadcast TV. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Now, Cajun,
Or
what
any
movie am
movie
I
that-
talking about? You said you know what movie, so what movie
I said I think I know the one you're talking about.
Okay, so what movie am I talking about?
Well, it's typed up in the chat, private chat.
Oh. Let me go over here and look. Nope.
Okay. Well, that's about the time that movie came out, I think.
Yeah, well, this movie was filmed over in England.
Oh. Oh,
Yep.
wait a minute. Oh, it's a movie? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I love the series, the comedy series.
Yeah.
On BBC.
Yeah. Crystal's got it. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, Rocky
They
Horror
remade
Picture Show.
that?
They remade it and had it on a broadcast TV with all new actors and everything.
When you said it was made in the 70s, that popped into my head, but I had no idea that they ever made a made for TV version of that.
They did a TV version of it, and
and it was
No, I'm
garbage.
just saying that they remade the. I mean, they redid the whole movie. Well, like I said, with totally different actors and everything. Matter of fact, they had a female playing the part of Frankenberg,
Hmm.
and but to me, that movie, the remake, it no, it was definitely worth putting in the trash can because
The remake is
I,
probably
I, I
that
don't
musical.
yeah, I don't even think Rotten Tomatoes would have even given it one Rotten Tomato. That's how bad
Actually,
it
the
was.
original was a musical.
Oh, the
Yeah,
original was the musical.
both of them were musicals and everything. But I'm just saying, the remakes they had on TV, no, that nope, nope, nope. And I'm a very big Rocky Horror fan.
So, have you actually gone to the theater and seen it?
I'd say about 8 times.
Oh, so you know all about the people in the back row and so on.
Yeah, I know about that, and happen to have the newspaper and the Sherman. Hey,
Okay.
Kool-Aid!
Yeah,
But
that's a cult classic. You can't mess with that. You can't if you remake it, all you're doing is just gonna piss everybody off.
now, barbecue, I'll play like this. You know who Patricia Quinn is?
No.
That's the one who played Magenta. Okay? Let's just say that one year at the Texas Renaissance Festival on All Hallows Eve weekend, she was there. Okay? They knew that she was going to be there. But one thing they didn't let everybody know was that she was actually going to be at the King's Feast, and the lady that was in charge of it told me she actually had me sitting right next to Patricia Quinn, front row. So I literally sat right next to Patricia Quinn, who played Magenta.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I
and
was
he got my picture taken with her.
yeah,
Dang.
I'm a fan of what the Rocky Horror Picture Show is and why it's a cult classic, but it's not really my style. But I do appreciate what it is.
Yeah,
And I've
and
seen it in the theater twice.
right now, did you know that it has never gone out of showing in a theater? It's to this day you can find it playing at a theater somewhere on a Friday or Saturday night. It's
That's
part of those Midnight Madness
oh
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the like pay $4 instead of $12.
You might pay 8, but I mean it's still going to be one of those that it
It's
doesn't
kind of like a midnight live show.
right. I mean some now at some theaters where they have it, they don't have the stage performance also going along. Now, when I saw it the first time, it was like that. I mean, there was nobody up there participating as far as being doing the same thing as the movie.
Yeah.
Um, now, the other 2 times I've seen it in theater, or actually all the times I've ever seen it, it was just like going to the regular movies. You just saw the movie. But what was
But the
fun was the
crowd knew what
audience
was going on.
participation. Right.
Yeah,
But it was
the
the audience
audience.
participation. That is what really did it. Now, I tell you what was real funny was back in the 80s, there was a lot of the adult entertainment movies. They were doing spoofs. Okay. Believe it or not, there is actually a Rocky porno video show.
Oh God. I am not even interested.
I've seen the movie. Okay. I mean, as much as in a Rocky Horror, I thought, hold it, I gotta see this. Okay. I'm watching it, and I'm coming up with audience participation lines for the movie as I'm watching it for the very first time.
I can picture that kind of like it's a train wreck and you can't look away.
Right. But the thing about it was I'm watching it at the adult theater in one of their little previews.
TMI. TMI.
But I mean, I'm in there. Like I said, I like the Rocky Horror Picture Show itself. Okay. And like I found out about this other stuff. Okay, I gotta watch that. I know it's an adult movie. I'm over the age. Fine, I don't care. Screw it. I'm gonna go watch it. And just see how it is.
That's what she said.
Hey,
I wasn't
Anthony.
in. Oh, I'll put it this: I wouldn't watch the movie with a female. I mean,
I'm just not even gonna go there. Anthony,
No.
my aunt did the sound editing on or some of the sound editing on Young Frankenstein.
ooh, five knockoffs. Oh, thank you, doctor. But hey, I don't mind talking about something like that because it to me, it's funny. Go and watching that movie. Okay.
Yeah, well, you might have somebody that's got some kids around their screen right about now. I did yeah, that's a sour subject for live streams.
Oh well. But um, yeah, like I said, with Rocky Horror, and the weird thing about it is, I've got to get my copy. I got the DVD out, and the weird thing about it is there is um, one song that you can hear in the soundtrack, but in the American version, you don't hear it, or they don't have that particular part in the movie. But now, if you are over in Europe, yeah, no problem. You can see it. They've got that one scene or that one part of the movie that's not edited out over there, but it is over here. But on the DVD that I've got, it's actually in it,
Hmm.
and it's like, but that's the only difference between the two. Um, song is "Superheroes," I believe is the name of it, but it's right there at the end of the movie, and I can see where they did the editing and everything. Um, there's a lot of on the DVD. It has uh, one that played Riff Raff. Um, I know his name, Richard O'Brien. He's actually the one that wrote most of the stuff for Rocky Horror, and
Hmm.
he's actually talking about different things that while they were filming it, and like at the beginning where you've got Brad Janet coming up to the Frankenstein castle. You see him up at the window. He was actually on top of a 12-foot tall ladder because where that window was at, there was no floor. He was actually had to stand on a ladder just to be at that window. And Susan Sarandon in that scene, she actually had a bad cold out in the cold rain. But I mean, they tell you all about the different things about you know what they wound up doing when they filmed the movie. But, yeah. All right, Rajan. So once you pick up your load, where you headed to with it? Back up to Chi-Town?
No, going to Tennessee.
Ah,
It's a Nissan load.
didn't you just come from out there?
Came from South Carolina.
Oh, so not quite as far back.
Right.
So what part?
which until that hurricane moves through that area, we're not planning on going anywhere near Georgia or South Carolina or Florida or North Carolina.
So basically, you ain't going anywhere near heat.
No.
Hey, I don't blame you because I know you said that right now this time of year you don't want to be up north because of the weather, and I don't blame you on that.
Mhm.
Of course, I know you don't like going out to California. because you're an independent, and independents aren't very welcome in California right now.
No, but if the load pays enough, we'll go.
What is it about California? They don't like independent truckers.
They just don't like people, period.
The politicians in California don't like business.
Yeah, but that's where they're getting the money from, is all the business.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Change is coming. Change is coming. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah,
I hope so. Unfortunately, not for my state.
yeah, I know. It's still like the color for a baby boy. All right, Renegade. Hey, bring me a cup. Yeah, I like what Anthony says. There's no money in it for them. That's why.
If the load pays 5,000 and above, I'll take the load and I'll run it. But they got to find us something coming right back out quickly.
So, I mean, how much of a hassle is it really to get into California with load?
Right now, it's not a problem.
It's not like they stop you at the border and check your truck and give you all these lectures. It's just go right in, drop the load, get out as fast as possible.
Right. Well, isn't that what they were doing before? It's like, you had to come in and they would search it and check your manifest and everything. And then, if they didn't like it, they would sit there and hold you.
Up by Redding, California, I had a tractor supply load. Tractor supply load. The trooper made the mistake of popping my seal on my trailer. Well,
Uh-oh.
I told him before he pops that seal, even the lady that had the camera told him not to pop the seal until I got the okay from the customer for him to pop that seal. Guess what happened to him? He lost his job.
Let me ask you this. I don't know if you can say it or not, but who was that customer?
Tractor supply?
So Tractor Supply basically got a California state trooper fired.
Yeah, he said it earlier. He was hauling the load in
Yeah.
to Tractor Supply.
All right. Well,
Wait,
And
well,
well,
I
I'll
told
tell
that
you
trooper.
what, yeah, you can. Yeah, you get in trouble for popping the seal on the load.
And then he got into the trailer, okay? He tried to take a couple of pallets of birdseed off my trailer.
why was he trying to get
What?
a couple of pallets of birdseed?
Because of what you can do with the birdseed. I'm not going to go into details about it. Nobody else. I advise you to keep that to yourself.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But the lady told him, you cannot touch that freight. We can document it, but we have to leave it alone.
And that was what, the lady from Tractor Supply, or what his?
No, that was another state trooper.
Ah.
That
What's
state
up,
trooper
Lord?
told him not. That state trooper told him not to pop the seal. He didn't listen to her.
Was all that caught on video? Or
Yep.
So that was all off of what, the body cam from the that female?
The body cam plus a camcorder in her hand.
Oh.
wait till a state trooper or one of those border puppets pops the seal on something with plants in it. Then it's a whole different ball of wax.
Now, the only way a state trooper can pop this, well, there's several different ways if they can pop the seal. Okay. If they suspect drugs, if the dog alerts them to drugs on a trailer, they can pop the seal.
That gives them a probable cause right there.
Mm-hmm. If they go through the x-ray machine at any inspection point and they think that trailer, if they can positively identified drugs in that trailer, they could pop the seal.
Okay.
Now, this is the gray area with it. The driver of that truck has to contact his dispatcher. His dispatcher has to contact the shipper and receiver to get permission to pop that seal. If they deny access and you go ahead and pop that seal, the driver is no longer liable for that load. Now it falls under the state trooper's district. Now they are liable for that load.
Ooh.
Now, when he popped my seal, they gave me another one, so that gave Tractor Supply even more ammunition to have him fired.
Oh boy.
I told him, look, you're going to have to sign this paper. Had both of them sign the bill of lading, said they popped the seal. A couple of days later, I called in the dispatch. Dispatch said, well, you don't have to worry about that state trooper anymore.
Who gave you a new seal?
The state trooper.
Oh, okay. What he was in? One of them trucks or a car, a regular car state trooper or a truck state trooper?
It was a scale area.
Okay, yeah. He would be state trooper plus the kind of DOT, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like here in Louisiana, they got your regular car state troopers, then you got your Chevy Tahoe state troopers, and that's the ones that pull inspections on the trucks and all
So
that.
basically, he was in a chicken coop.
Basically, yeah.
Chicken booth.
So
Because that's what you call, that's what I've always known a way station to be. It's a chicken coop.
Oh, a chicken coop. I thought you said a ticket booth, which it would be the same thing.
Yeah.
Because they write almost everybody up.
Yeah. And what's really weird is up and down 45, I think there's about 4 of them. And every time I go by them, I very rarely have ever seen them open. It's really weird. I got no idea where Briggs is at. He's probably trying to batten down the hatches there in Florida with that hurricane coming on.
His sister's got that house now. He was over at Pate's earlier. Pate's Performance. They finally went live. And he was there.
Well,
everybody we know was there.
Yeah, well, I don't think Briggs likes coming around anymore since I don't put the link up for anybody and everybody just to come up. The only thing I've got up there right now is my email. If anybody wants to email me and everything. And it's like,
hey, Juan.
well, if they send me, an email, if I don't have theirs, I don't have a way of contacting them. Hey, send me an email. That way, later on, hey, go live. I can send you a link.
Hey,
I got a question.
Hey, Breezy, how you doing, Breezy?
I got a question for you, Cajun.
What?
What is the one load that hardly ever a DOT will pull over and open the seal on?
Hold on, let me think a second. Train's coming.
I give you one hit. It's a hazmat load.
It's a what?
It's a hazmat load.
Oh, hazmat load. Okay, I thought I was thinking more towards the service.
What's the contents of that hazmat load though?
I could think of one. I don't know if it'd be the same thing or not.
Radioactive stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's something else very in particular to everybody, even the service members.
What, ammo?
1.1 explosive, 1.2 explosive, 1.3 explosive.
Oh, explosives.
Dynamite.
Now, he named them
Talking
all.
talking
Category 1,
like
Category 2, Category 3. And
talking about everything that can level a city out completely.
Kind of like what Rubber Duck was hauling in. Uh, oh damn! I know the movie.
Convoy.
Yeah, thank you.
hmm
And she had the
I've
pirate.
hauled it before. I didn't have to stop at not one scale. Nobody wanted my trailer around.
hey, Antonio.
Matter of fact, I was coming through Texas on I-10, and there was a tractor trailer fire up ahead of me, and I had to stop. I had to immediately wave the state trooper down and say, "Look, you're gonna have to clear area for me." He's like, "Why?" "Look at my trailer." He says, "What are you hauling?" I just handed my bills. He's like, "Yeah, you hit the shoulder and go. Do not stop at any of my scales."
Yeah, because they don't want you around when you hauling that kind of stuff.
No.
One little spark, and it's like bye bye.
Yeah,
Be like
that's the.
We already have a problem.
Be
Get
like
out of
Ralph
here before
Cramden
we have
to
a
the
new one.
moon.
Yeah.
Actually, you might be over there on Mars.
I had enough in that trailer to level a state.
Would it have been enough to have leveled out 10 square miles?
Probably more.
Damn.
The trailer was full completely, top to bottom, front to back. It was completely full.
And I'd like to have taken. There would have been a good place if you park that trailer somewhere and just let it go off. Oh, did I say that out loud?
No, that's the type of trailer. I had a panic button in my cab.
Oh, and that would have set it off.
No, if I was to hit that panic button, it would have set something off, but it wasn't. It wasn't the contents of that trailer.
In other words, you would have had guys showing up in green fatigues.
Yeah, helicopters, black SUVs, Hummers, yeah, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and they probably weren't that far away. You probably had some within 5 miles of you during the whole
Oh
trip
yeah,
too.
oh yeah. They told me so.
Yeah.
Before I left the compound.
Oh, told you that you were going to be escorted in a way.
Uh-huh. I won't be able to see them directly, but they're there if I ever need them.
Right. Well, I know that I was talking to one guy. He went to take a load. He actually went to go pick up a load, and he got there, and he was ordered to stay in the rig,
hmm
and they actually folded his mirrors in. Okay, and he couldn't get out of the rig no matter what. Okay, they loaded him up, and they said, "Okay, you're good to go." They unfolded his mirror and said, "Okay, here's where you go, and if you've got to stop, you've got, certain places you can go to." I mean, along the way, if he had to make a stop, he was only allowed to go to certain ones.
hmm
I said, okay, because he was going, man, this is a weird load I'm picking up. He didn't understand it. He finally got to the destination. They said, back, you follow him. It was like basically, you follow this guy here. Got in a little car, led him. He said, directed him, stop, folded his mirrors back in, and said, back up. and they guided him back into the dock door and everything. It said, "Do not get out." Okay. After he got unloaded, he goes, "What is going on?" He said, "You go over here and I'll tell you." The guy went and picked up about $10 million in bills. Okay.
Yeah.
And where he was taking them to was the shredder. That's why he was saying, "Okay, you were only allowed to go, if you got to make a stop anywhere, here's where you're going." Because he was being followed the entire time also. But mind you, this was about 30 years ago when the guy told me. So think about how much would be, in the trailer now. But it was basically all bills that were being taken out of circulation, being worn out to get destroyed.
Think about technology changes from 30 years ago to now. They already know where
Yeah,
his truck is before he does.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
But the thing about it is, yeah, he had he said he had like $10 million in currency on it.
Mhm.
He said, "Damn, that's about the most I've ever had behind me." He said that was a very expensive load right there.
About the most?
Well, he said it was the most expensive he's ever had. Yeah. What's up? Oh, sorry. That's right. Dave's not here.
9 times out of 10 with loads like that now, they put that on team trucks because they do not want that truck to stop.
That's true.
I've had to pick up for like Bank of America and stuff like that. Their documents that are being transported across the United States, and I had a car behind me the whole way.
And you knew it was there.
I knew exactly where it was. It was right behind the door, right behind the truck, the
No
whole
way.
time.
And you couldn't stop whatsoever.
The only time I could stop was for weather conditions.
Weather or bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends upon if it was liquid, just go out the window and wash the windshield of the car.
No, that's biohazard. You go to jail for that one.
Hey, I was always told, hey, hang it out the window and wash someone's windshield.
Do that to the wrong car and see blue lights behind you. Guess what? You're done.
Yeah, I know.
They put you in prison.
Yeah, but
You
if
get
it's,
labeled.
if it's
You get
liquid, it
labeled as
used
a
to be
sex
okay.
offender.
If it's solid, no.
Do what, barbecue?
I said it used to be okay if it was liquid.
Yeah.
Hell, you can be put on the registry for just pissing in public.
That's why you do it in a cup underneath your door.
Then toss
And
it
then
out.
dump the liquid out the door.
Yep. If they say, what was it?
Red.
That it was Coke, been filtered.
Go lick it off your windshield and find out.
Actually, that's something I heard. You could dump liquids, like if you were dumping your coffee or your pea cup or whatever, you could dump your liquid out your window, but only liquid. If it was solid, you couldn't do it. Whether or not that's true, I have no idea.
A lot of
I'm
truckers
not a
do
truck
it. We
driver, so
frown
I don't
upon
know.
that now. A lot of us truckers, we frown upon that stuff now because that stuff gets on the side of our truck. We understand truckers. Hey, you're gonna have piss bottles in your cab. It's not gonna stop. But when you get somewhere to garbage can, throw it in the garbage can at least,
Yep.
or dump it down a drain, or put it in a big grassy area, or do something. Don't dump it in the parking lots. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. You can tell, especially at the rest stops.
Damn. You see what Crystal wrote in there before you rate it?
Yep.
Let's let's see. I guess Ed didn't want to show up tonight. I sent the link off to Dale, sent it off to Adam, sent it off to Anthony. Crystal wants to hide. I can't get a hold of Lorna.
What's up? David Carlisle and 17.
Hey, remember, Dave's not
Rigged.
here. Yeah, Dave's not
Yeah,
here.
Dave's not here, man. He's never here. For the last 10 years, he's never been here.
Anthony, yeah, I'll agree because they got that big mouth opening on them. But
I'm just too. I'm going.
yeah, and of course I've got the thing up there because Renegade's saying tomorrow is his 36th-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, Anthony, because I can understand you're not feeling good with having that kung flu and everything. Just make sure to start eating a lot of them peppers. That'll burn it all out of you.
Yep, I got to start watching what I do on YouTube right now because I got a few a few companies looking at me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, the electric, water, and gas?
No.
Oh.
Sponsors, basically.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Friday is Veterans Day.
What's up,
Yeah.
David?
Yeah, I wish I could have stayed in the Navy longer. I could. My plan was to stay in there long enough to get retired full benefits, but that didn't work. Yeah, that's right. She actually got some news from. She did a video on unboxing from Mary Maximum. She actually got response back from the company. So hopefully that turns out good for her. I'm still waiting to hear back from my contact with Harbor Freight.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to bug him again, see what he's found out since I ain't heard anything back from him.
Harbor Freight's gonna take their time.
Yeah, 17. I was just mentioning that. I talked about hearing back from Harbor Freight, and that's what he put. He says I should be sponsored by Harbor Freight. Yes, Renegade. I was a squid for a very short time. I was actually in Orlando, Florida, in June to August '83. I got out there, and oh man, they got me out on a medical discharge.
Hey
I
guys,
got out there.
I've got to go. I've got to take care of a few things. So, thanks for
See you,
letting me in.
barbecue.
I appreciate you being here.
It looks like I'll be available more with new hours. So, if I haven't pissed you off too much, then let me know, and I'll jump in again.
All right. Well, you take it easy. Appreciate you being here.
All right.
But,
And thanks again. I'll talk to you guys later.
all right. See ya. Now I want to go into boot camp in Orlando, and I'm used to the weather and everything here, but I got out there and the humidity was high and everything at that time, and I wasn't used to it. Physically, I was physically unable to adapt to changing environments to go from a dry humidity here compared to a high wet humidity out there. And I got a severe case of dehydration, bad enough to where I was about ready to get put in the hospital. Hey, William.
ACM, I'm going to tell you right now, no, you do not have to have the 100,000 plus subs for Harbor Freight to send you stuff.
Nope.
I know of a few channels that are well under 100,000, and they are Harbor Freight sponsors. Sponsored.
Yep.
It's up to them to
Don't want
let
to
your
do it.
channel.
Right. But Renegade, I've checked in on that because I did not complete boot camp. I wasn't in the Navy long enough to even be considered to be a veteran. That's not a problem. If I was in for 2 weeks longer, then I would have been in. I would have considered. I could have been going to the VA and stuff like that. But I missed it by like Maxwell Smart says, missed it by how much? But yeah, I wound up, you know, and the thing about it is they didn't even count the time I was going through the discharge process. That didn't even count. It was only the time when I was actually with uh, the group through doing my training. But that would have been nice. I mean, let's see, boot camp was going to be in Orlando. Then my schooling was going to be in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been nice. And then I could have picked almost any place I wanted as far as where to be stationed at because with the job I had, it was going to be aviation machinist mate, and that's a jet mechanic. And the weird thing about it is, um, on the last cruise I was on, I was talking to a guy. He was in the Navy also, okay, and his job, he was on an aircraft carrier also, which is what I was going to go. He was able to work on the jet planes, but here's the thing: even though he was working on the jet aircraft, I was working on them. With the position I had, it would actually have been higher than his. Where if say he was working on it and something was wrong with it, needed to be repaired, but the plane was still airworthy, he could pass it, and they could still have it in service. It's like, okay, we'll get it fixed later. But my job, if I found something, I could actually have the plane grounded. It's like, nope, this plane ain't flying.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be the same plane. I could have found something else. It's like, nope, this plane ain't worth being up in the air. Too dangerous. But I was originally going to go Air Force out of high school, but then it's like I wanted watching a movie, and of course that changed my mind. The Final Countdown with Kirk Douglas, and they actually were on the Nimitz. It's like when I wound up seeing them F-14 Tomcats, the Jolly Roger line, like I want to work on those planes. I was like, oh, F-14s are Navy. They're not
Mm-hmm.
Air Force. But Anthony, at that time, uh, there was only 3 boot camps. You had Orlando, Great Lakes, and San Diego. Um, and the doctors actually, they basically said, hey, either send this guy home or send him to another boot camp. because they said the weather out here in Orlando is going to put him in the hospital. And Davey said, well, we can always get somebody else. We'll send him home. So, yeah, that's why I want him getting a medical discharge out of the Navy. It was, I think, an RE4, something like that. I think that's what it was a general discharge under honorable conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, David, I don't understand that. Squirrel wheel? What does that mean? No, I'm not gonna go for the Navy video.
Yeah, what is a squirrel wheel?
You say duck race? Unless that's for because out in Florida with that hurricane coming.
Poor Florida, I tell you.
He's lost me on that one.
Florida's getting hit this year with multiple hurricanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got hit with Ian back in September. Now getting, what's the new one's name?
Nicole?
Nicole, yeah. She's a strange one.
Yeah.
The way now if it goes tropical, because it's subtropical, if it goes tropical,
It's
like
already
it was
rated.
supposed, like if it was supposed to
It's already
be.
it's already rated as a hurricane. It's
No, I know,
rated.
but it don't matter. You can still have a subtropical hurricane.
Okay.
It's the way they start off and the way they feed. They're all tropical in nature, but
Right.
subtropical. They feed from the top instead of the ocean. From the
Right.
bottom up, they feed top down.
Ah.
And if they said if she starts doing it from the bottom up to become actual tropical, it's going to shrink in size a little bit, but the center is going to be way more powerful than it is as subtropical. So they was hoping it would stay subtropical, just a big old rainstorm, more or less, but with a lot of wind.
David he won a 1881 silver dollar. Now, David, don't tell me that was a Carson City.
Oh no,
Better not be.
I think it was a oak.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, it was an oak. No, they're not gonna give on them races. They might, for money, a money duck race. They'll do a CC.
Yeah, that'd be about the only way they're going to do one of those. I mean, I'd love to be able to get my hands on a CC Morgan. Right now, with the price of silver and everything, and prices, all right, he's saying it's a 1881 S.
Oh, it's an S.
Yeah.
Wait, he said I want an 18. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It took a couple seconds to pop up.
Yeah.
I seen the other comment he made right before it.
Yeah.
It didn't have the mint mark on it, but
Yeah.
the new one he did does.
Yep. Well, congrats, David.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Still worth money.
It's still worth $1 at least.
Oh no, it's worth more than that.
Well, I'm saying it's worth at least $1. At
Yeah.
least
Oh yeah.
$1.
At the very least, yeah.
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 And now, if it ain't one of those uh, uh, rare dates and stuff like that, it'd be
Yeah.
worth more. It'd be worth more in silk and just melt value too.
Yeah. David, check the date for repunch mint mark. Well, and the mint mark, repunch mint mark. He probably already done that. He
Or whoever
probably
had
done
it.
that when he got it.
Well, he wasn't winning it today, so he probably doesn't have it in hand yet.
Oh, he won it today. Oh, okay.
And it says coining around 4-hour duck race. Saying VAM 7, S over S, and doubled 18. Damn.
Okay.
It still for getting it for free. Yeah, that's worth it right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't complain about getting that one for free.
That's right.
Free is something you can always afford, no matter
Right.
what it is. And what's that saying? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. If you get it for free, don't argue.
Nope.
Oh, by the way, I wanted watching a video today, and it gave me an idea of what to do with that Predator 670. And it's like, oh, okay. I think I got it figured out how I can get that fuel injection system to work on it that I want. So I'll be able to get that engine set up on fuel injection, running on nitromethanol.
How you gonna do it?
I got to do some more research on it, but of course the main thing right now is I got to get to feeling better, get my health and everything back. That way I can get back to work, then get started on a few of those little projects. That's the only thing. I mean, like I said, I've got that one trying to get this tiller and everything back up and going and getting it out. That way I've got room in here for toy number 2 and everything. Unfortunately, where it's sitting at, it's in the way. So I got to get it moved, put this diaphragm on it, get them tires aired up, and get all this other stuff. Not only over here cleared out, but outside cleared. That way I can get it moved. Even if I get this, I might be able to do it if I get this stuff over here moved out of the way. Oh, Raging, did you hear what I wound up finding I had over here in the garage? It's about 42-inch long pair of bolt cutters.
Not bad. Teeth on them still good?
I don't know. I haven't looked at them, but I would say they probably need to be cleaned up real good and sharpened because they were sitting on the ground with the teeth sitting on the ground. But I mean, 4 foot. I mean, they got some writing on them, and I picked them up. I was not expecting them to be that damn heavy either.
Yeah.
It's like I went to go pick them up. It's like I was thinking, okay, oh, gee, I mean, they're probably 30 pounds, 30, 40 pounds, something like that.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they're some heavy bolt cutters. I mean, it's like, you look at something, think, okay, it's not that heavy. You go grab it, pick it up, and go, oh, damn. Or it's like if you think it's, real heavy and everything, you grab it and it's real light.
Right.
That's what it was for me when I went to grab them. It's like, damn, I didn't realize they were that heavy.
Now, if you need bolt cutters that damn heavy, you might as well just get your battery operated grinder and be done with it.
I've got one. I got that Cobalt one. That thing works good too. I've already been using it, everything, and yeah, it's working fine.
We don't really deal with a lot of big bolts for trailer seals, so the pair of bolt cutters that we have work perfectly for what I need. And if I need something smaller, I've got the little bitty bolt cutters. So. Or the customer has a grinder or whatever I can use from them.
Yep.
Because as I said, I'm not much into the battery operated saws or nothing like that. That's just me.
Right. Well, for me, I've got, that one because, it makes it a lot easier for some of the areas I'm going to be using it at. That way I don't have to worry about, getting the extension cord and plugging it in and all that kind of stuff. Like, I just grab that one. It's like, oh, okay, good. I'm good to go.
I know one day I'm going to have to break down and buy one because the wife wants a battery operated grinder.
Right now would be a good time. I mean, you're into Cobalt, right?
Yep.
Right now would be a good time because they're still running that sale where you buy the that 2-pack 4 amp hour batteries with the fast charger. You can get that thing for free.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I think they're running that till December. I think I'd have to go back and look.
That sale will always be around. That sale right there is around multiple times a year. Especially with the older Cobalt line, that sale is always going to be around.
Yeah. I mean, what really got me was when I saw it last year. There was only, I think, about 5 tools they had for free, and then a couple weeks later, bam, they expanded it up to about 20.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that's I passed on that that 3/8 impact ratchet. Well, I've already got a ratchet. Why do I need to know? And it's like, oh, it's an impact ratchet. I didn't realize that. Like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw this last one, like it was on the list. Yep, because that impact ratchet's $159.
Now,
Like,
when I ordered, because I placed the order online with Lowe's, when I ordered my 3/8 and my 1/2 inch impact guns, the smaller ones,
right.
some yuppie at the warehouse of the store it came from stuck 2 1/2 inch impact guns in there and 1 3/8. I called the store. I said, y'all want me to send this one back? He said, nope, keep it.
Damn.
So I've got an extra 1/2 inch, not the big boys, the small compact ones, Cobalt, 24 volt impact gun for free. Go figure.
So what you've got is this one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is the one that I've got, and now I do want to get the bigger one.
I've got the bigger ones.
Right. Well, considering the fact that they're coming out with Gen 3 on them right now, yeah, I do want to get the bigger one. I'm trying to figure out if I want to get the mid one or if I want to see about getting that XTR one because the XTR it's going to get phased out for Gen 3. So I know for a fact that Lowe's is going to be putting those on clearance.
I don't see them phasing the XTR out just yet. I would see them
No,
phasing the first one out before they phase the XTR, because the
well, no,
XTR has actually
I know,
sold.
right, but well, okay, let me rephrase it. The XTR half-inch that they've had for a while, that one I can see them clearancing out because they're getting replaced with the new Gen 3 XTR.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to clearance out the old one first just to get rid of all their stock since they're bringing in the new one.
I
So
wonder if they're going to make it lighter, but even more powerful.
from what I understand, it is lighter and more powerful, and it's also got the setting on there where you can have it set for hand tighten, so it'll just shut off. It's also set up to where when you're say taking a lug nut off, it's hitting it full force, and as soon as it realizes, oh, this thing's loose, it slows down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing that what the new Hercules from Harbor Freight is doing. It's doing the
14.
same. It's basically the same setup.
Two different guns. One's got, I think, what, 1,100 foot-pounds of breakaway, and the other one has 1,400 foot-pounds of breakaway.
I think the
The
Cobalt one.
Ultra.
I think the the Cobalt XTR one. I think it's 1,600 breakaway.
Yeah, I was talking about the Hercules though.
Right, but I'm you've got one that's like you said. I think it's about 11. The other one's about 14. And there's not much of a difference on them. As far,
Not much
I think
of a difference in price either. It's about $40
right. Well,
difference.
that's what I'm trying to say is there's not much. I think there's only about $40 difference in price between the two, and that's tool only on that. So
Mm-hmm.
you still got to buy a battery, you still got to have a charger and everything, and that's to me that's one thing I don't like about the Hercules or the Bauer line is that it's tool only. Whereas Cobalt, yeah, you can get tool only stuff, but it's best to be already in that line. Now, with
Now,
all those tools that I bought and everything, yeah, I had batteries because I was buying the battery packs. So I didn't mind them coming in bare tool only. But
now,
you can get that, you can get, almost any of the Cobalt stuff that's with at least a 2 amp hour battery and a charger.
Harbor Freight is talking about putting sets together.
Well, I do know you can get the Bauer little 1/4 inch impact with a battery and charger, I think for like $70.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I know they've got that. I think they do the same thing with their drill. Um, but it's a fact that most of the tools you have to buy the battery. You buy the tool, you got to buy the battery, and you buy the charger. Oh, by the way, if you do all three, yeah, we're going to give you $20 off in the Bauer or 25 in Hercules.
Mm-hmm. But I think spring of 2023 is when they're hoping to have the kits put together.
Yep, that's one
and
thing.
on shelves.
Right now, that's one thing I saw. That Dinner Tools talking about is that was something that was mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
and that's from out there at SEMA. But now, one thing that Hercules has got that surprised me, they've actually got a charger that will charge the 12 or 20 volt batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a neat thing to do.
So we'll see what Harbor Freight does. I mean, if they do ever come out with the kits, it may persuade me to try the kit out. But I'm not buying tools that have to buy the battery, and have to buy the charger. No, I ain't
Right.
doing that.
Right. That's like for me, I don't mind, now right now if I gotta buy a cobalt tool and it's tool only, I got what, 26 batteries total?
That batteries is not a
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah, no
problem.
big deal. It's like, hey, I'm good. I'm not gonna complain. I mean, Cobalt does offer tools. You can actually go in and buy something with or without a battery and
Mhm.
charger to go with it. You save money by getting it tool only. But I mean, if you're already, like for me, already into the Cobalt 24 line, you can be no problem. Okay, they'll charge it. Renegade saying is Milwaukee will charge 12 and 18 volts.
If that charger has that option, some of the chargers don't have that option in Milwaukee.
Right. But I
It's the
do
same
know
with
that,
it's the same with every line. I mean,
oh yeah.
all chargers are different. I mean,
Well, the Hercules one that they were showing, it's actually a dual port, but it will
uh
charge either one. I'm going,
12 or
that's
20.
nice. Right. Now, the one thing I would like to see Cobalt come out with is, okay, I've got this dual port. Okay. Yeah, they've already got the 4 port out there. The only problem with that one is it charges only one battery at a time.
Hmm.
Okay. So you go put 4 batteries on it, whatever the first one that was put on, that's going to get charged. Second one, then it's going to start charging that one, and then so on and so on. But with this one I got that came with that push mower, it charges both at the same time. Now, the only problem is Cobalt don't offer it by itself. You can't buy it. The only way you're going to get it is with the mower. Hey, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah, I've got the Milwaukee charger that does both of them. I am in the Milwaukee line for the M18 hammer drill driver or whatever you want to call the damn thing.
See, I'm not in the Milwaukee. I don't have Makita. I don't have Metabo. Um, I've only got one DeWalt battery operated tool, and that's that air compressor. That's only because, hey, that Porter cable compressor finally crapped out, and I needed another one, and nobody around had one, but the pawn shop had that DeWalt one. I'm going, hey, battery operated, no problem. The only thing I hate about it, it's $239 for a battery.
Hmm.
I'm going, damn, 239 bucks, $239 for a battery. Yeah, I saw what Crystal put on there.
It's his other girlfriend. Hey, Tarek.
But I look at it like this: for what I could spend for, on Cobalt, I can buy 4 batteries from them compared to one battery with DeWalt.
But here's the thing on that, Mater. Milwaukee offers something that Cobalt does not offer. Is what I'm getting. I will be getting into the M12 line.
Right?
It's it's a smaller version of the ratchet. You can get in at tighter spots with that little bitty one than you can with the bigger Cobalt ratchet.
All right.
That's why I am going to be getting into the M12. But I'm waiting for their series their Gen 4s to come out. Gen 3, yeah, Gen 4.
Well, I'm not going to knock it. I mean, that's your preference, and for what it's going to do and everything, that sounds perfect.
Yep.
And, that's one thing I've never said that the other tool brands are bad.
No.
I mean, if that's the brand that you like, I mean, I know that Shaka, if he was listening and everything, I know how much he loves Ryobi. But I mean, each person's gonna like a certain brand. I know that certain guy up there in Chicago, he happens to like Makita.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. That's what he likes. Some people like Milwaukee. There's a lot of guys probably going to want that Snap-on or Matco.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm happy with Cobalt. There's going to be guys going to be happy with Hercules or Bauer. Hey, it's whatever.
Everybody's got their brand preference.
Right. Everybody's got their own brand preference. Just like whatever kind of car. I mean, okay, you're driving a Volvo, and I know some guys would go, well, how come you ain't driving a Mack or Peterbilt, Kenworth? No, you like a Volvo. That's what you're driving.
Hang on, Mater. Hang on, hang on. I would rather be driving a Kenworth or Peterbilt, but happy wife, happy life.
See, I knew there was something that's going to be behind that as far as the reasoning behind it. There's always a reasoning behind that madness.
She wanted this kind of truck, and well, that's what we got her.
Yep. But I mean, you had a reason to get that truck. You had a
Uh-huh.
good reason.
She teases me about it every day on a daily basis. I know you want that truck over there.
Well, I mean, okay, I like Harleys. Okay,
Harley's
hey,
our top notch bike.
right. Okay, now, do I want to go out and buy? Say, if I wanted another trike, am I going to go buy a brand new one? Not really, because there's things about the new ones I don't like. And if I was to go buy another trike, I would get a 13 and older because some of the features that they've got on it, I like over 14 and newer. One thing, in 14, yeah, they upgraded the stereo system. They moved the parking brake from being hand operated to foot operated, but that was some minor changes. Okay, fine. I'm happy with the stereo and where the parking brake is. Okay, but the fact is that on the highway bar that you've got those two little pods up there. Well, on mine, those are storage. I can open up a little door and that's storage for me.
Mhm.
14 and up, nope, they are using them for cooling for the engine because certain year they wind up going to liquid cool on that engine. So you got a radiator in there and you got an oil cooler in the other one. Well, to me that's taking up storage space. That's why for me I have to have 13 and older.
David, I will agree with you. I like Craftsman tools too. I also am in the Craftsman line for power tools. I'm not brand loyal.
Not like me.
Mhm.
But hey, to me, now, hey, I've got Craftsman tools myself. I grew up using them. To me, there's nothing wrong with Craftsman except for the new stuff, which I don't like because the way they've gone, especially with how flimsy the toolboxes are made. The new Craftsman toolboxes, to me, are Chinese made. They're not made good quality, thin quality metal. I
They're
mean,
made just like the Yukon line.
Yeah, basically you go up to it, you push on it, and you're gonna put a dent in it.
Uh-huh.
It's not like the old kind of like my US General. You're gonna have to take a hammer to it to damage it. It's gonna take something very serious to damage that box.
Let's see. Last year at Christmas time, I bought a 5-piece set Craftsman power tools. Now, it varies by store for you to do this. I got a 5-piece power tool set for $60.
Okay,
All I did was show them a receipt, and they matched the price.
nothing wrong with that.
It varies by store.
Yep. Well, yeah, Renegade. Yeah, I know. US General is made in China, but it's better quality China. Like you were saying, the new Craftsman toolboxes are kind of like the Yukon, thinner gauge metal.
Now they're a little bit better made in the Yukon because Yukon line Harbor Freight needs to go back to the drawing board with that one. I know
Yeah.
it's their bottom of the tier boxes for somebody that just needs something to throw some tools in, but still they need to do something with that line. Make it remake it or something.
Right. Well, I can't wait to see what the new Series 3 US General box looks like.
Mhm.
That ought to be something.
They say it's backwards compatible with all Series 2.
Yeah, and see, now that was something that I know Jeff was talking about. When they said depth, they weren't talking about as far as from front to back. They were talking about height.
Uh-huh.
So the Series 3 is still going to be what 22 inches in depth,
Uh-huh.
but the doors are going to be taller.
Yep. Most
That's
of
the
the
only
drawers
thing.
anyway. The
Right.
side lockers are wider.
The side locker is going to be 6 inches wider. Yeah, but it also looks like it's taller too. That end locker looks like it's about, I'd say at least 6 to 8 inches taller than what I've got now.
Time will tell.
And now mine, it's the same size. Now I got Series 1, they got Series 2 out. So now they're going to have Series 3 out.
Uh-huh.
Now, whether or not, I'm wondering if they're going to be keeping 2 and 3 at the same time. If you're going to have the option if you want this one or this one. Or if they're going to do the same thing, get rid of the Series 1. We got Series 2. Oh, no, well, we got Series 3 coming out. We're going to get rid of Series 2.
I see them phasing Series 2 out just because the Series 3 is backwards compatible with the Series 2.
Right.
You can attach the Series 3 to the Series 2.
Yep. And the thing about it is they're going to have it for the, was it 44, 56, and 72? And I think they were going to be doing like I think 26 also. I think it was 4 different sizes.
I haven't heard anything about the 26 yet.
Yep. Tarek, I do. For me now, I do have that Series 1 in locker. I like it. I mean, I've done the video on it right after I got it too. But I've also done a video on the Series 2 right after it came out. Now,
Uh-huh.
is it worth the extra? I think it's like $50, $60 more. I don't know. But I'm wondering how much the Series 3 locker is going to be compared to Series 2.
They're going to try to keep all pricing in compatibility with the Series 2.
Yeah, but I mean,
hasn't been set in stone yet, but they're trying like hell to keep it at the Series 2 price.
yeah. I mean, I can understand them maybe going up, 10, $20 being a bigger locker. Okay. But when they went from, I think, $299 to $349 on the series, from the series 1 to series 2, and it's basically the same size, a little bit of a difference, I can't see paying the extra $50 for it.
Now, what I wish Harbor Freight would do, and I'm pretty sure they're thinking about it too, that new locking system they have integrated on the Series 3 boxes. I wish they
Right.
would give that option to the Series 2 and let us buy the parts and put it on the box.
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
Hmm I wish they would do that. It would save a lot of people a hell of a lot of money.
Well,
But at the
now
same
I tell you
time, they
what.
want their Series 3 to come out.
Now I tell you what I'd like to see Harbor Freight do. Okay, I've got the end cabinet, I've got the end locker, I got the top box, I got the bottom box. The problem that I've got is that I have to have 4 keys for, I have to have 1 key for each one.
Hmm
I'd like to see them have a setup to where if you've got like what the setup like what I've got, where you can buy 2 locks for the top box, 2 locks for the bottom box, 1 for the locker, and 1 for the cabinet, and they're all keyed the same. They don't offer that. That I'd like to see. That way, I only have to have 1 key, and it does all of them.
hmm
But nope, they don't. They do not offer something like that.
Not yet. I'm pretty sure they're. I'm pretty sure they're listening to some of the more of the customers on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm willing
Got
to
some
bet
good. Got some good gumbo.
Right.
got his
Oh,
gumbo.
there's Briggs. We were talking about you earlier.
Mhm.
Anyways, it's already after 9 o'clock here. I need to get this thing shut down. That way, StreamYard don't get too much of a hissy fit for me getting close to my hours, which I've gotten close, but I haven't gone over yet. Trying to save a little bit. Maybe I can do a little pop up sometime later the week before Monday, because Monday is when everything resets on me.
All right. Yep. Save some time.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to save. I think I got, I'll be able to have about an hour or so where I can, if I want to do another quick little stream between now and then.
Well, you can do a 10-hour stream if you want.
Yeah, I know. But at least I still have some time where I could,
Right.
start talking one. Yeah, we were talking smack about you. Boy, you should have heard all the comments and everything. Oh, boy. We were really talking bad about you, Briggs.
And your little dog, too.
Yep. All right, well, I'm gonna shut this down. So,
Wizard
Damn,
of
I almost
Oz.
choked myself.
Yep.
I was eating when I said that. That's too funny. I've been waiting for something to come up where I could say that too.
And your little dog too.
Yeah. Raging, we'll start with you.
All right, everybody in chat, y'all have a good week. Hopefully, y'all get the results y'all want. But thanks for having me on, Mater. Cajun, good to see you again. But like I always say, y'all keep those wheels spinning, you beavers grinning, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Agent?
That's too funny. All right, everybody. It's good being north of the grass. Be safe. Stay that way. And as always, love, peace, crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Pluta. While I eat this greasy gumbo. No, it's not greasy.
Hey, and with it being greasy and everything, it makes it slide down the gullet faster.
Yeah, but I can't have too much grease.
Yep.
You know why?
Oh yeah. But all right, well, appreciate everybody that's been here. Like I said, I sent links out. So, yeah, if anybody wants to be able to come up, there's my email and everything. So send me an email, and next time I go live, be able to send it out to you. But appreciate everybody's been up here in panel and in chat. So all I can say is stay safe, and everybody, God bless. See y'all next time.